It's got one of the sweetest sounding 10-cylinder engines of all time. It took the competition for supercar supremacy right to the competition and blew their doors clean off their hinges. It's the ultimate expression of Japanese automotive engineering, and it might just be the greatest production car ever built. It was an absolute sales flop when it came out. But don't worry, I'll explain. I'm Brad, welcome back to Ideal, and this is why you need a Lexus LFA. And real quick guys, go check out our limited edition LFA merch, because going fast never looked so good. Click the link in the description below and rep your love for the LFA today. To understand the LFA, you gotta understand Lexus. You see, back in the 80s, Toyota got tired of German luxury taking all the performance accolades. Toyota was practical, economical, and reliable. But BMW was exciting, Mercedes was luxurious, and a Porsche carried status. To make a statement, in 1989, Toyota took $1 billion gamble. They created one of the greatest sedans of all time, the Lexus LS400. And it put every other luxury automaker on notice. Since then, Lexus has been proving that Japan can dish out luxury rides that can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Audi, BMW, and the Benz. Now, fast forward to 2001. Toyota Motors' Akio Toyoda, aka Morizo, who was a senior executive and grandson to none other than the company's founder, had conjured a new vision for what Lexus brand could be. This time they wouldn't be going after mass-produced luxury sedans or SUVs. They were going after the boutique and bespoke world of supercars. Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, the elite brands that build the machines of dreams. Morizo didn't want to just compete. Nah, he wanted to take them down. To develop a car with performance and finesse that would impress Enzo Ferrari himself, Toyota gave the development team complete creative freedom. No material was too exotic or too expensive. No technology, existing or otherwise, was off limits. Toyota gave the project a blank check and told the development team to not just shoot for the moon, but to guarantee a direct hit. To prove out and refine the designs, engineers chose one of the most grueling venues on the planet. Because you can only get so far with software and wind tunnels, Toyota selected the toughest track in the world, the Nürburgring. Under the codename Project P280, Toyota started flinging prototypes around the green hell as early as 2004, with the engineering team testing virtually all kinds of supercar tech like active aero spoilers and carbon ceramic disc brakes. And while the performance engineers were figuring out how to make it turn laps at the track, the design team was working on making it turn heads on the street. Yes, a real neck breaker. Concept cars and design study models started making rounds at auto shows around the globe, and they were turning heads for all the right reasons. Designers even drew inspiration from Toyota's first ever sports car, the 2000 GT. And I don't know if I quite see it, but that's what the guys that designed the thing say. In 2009, Akio Toyoda finally confirmed the Project P280 would result in a production car. Only it wouldn't be called the P280, it would be called the LFA. It would be beautiful, and it would be powered by a screaming V10 engine that sounds more powerful than a Beethoven symphony thanks to Yamaha perfectly tuning the performance and acoustics. 10 years. It took some of the best designers and engineers 10 freaking years of sleepless nights, thousands of laps, countless meticulous redesigns just to save an ounce here and a gram there. It took Toyota developing their own bespoke in-house engine management and fueling systems, and then halfway through the project with the car nearing completion, they completely redesigned it.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
The original all-aluminum prototypes met every single engineering goal they had, except two: torsional rigidity and total weight. To meet Chief Engineer Hirohiko Tanahashi's goals, the team would have to build a car out of something better, something lighter yet stronger, something like carbon fiber. Remember, back in the mid-2000s, carbon fiber was reserved for companies like NASA and only the most elite supercars. Toyota had literally no idea how to work with it. It took developing their own bespoke methods to manufacture specific weaves, and they had to design new machinery to turn woven carbon into a full car. In fact, for a huge percentage of the LFA, Toyota had to build the machine to build the machines that would help build the LFA. And the end result was nothing short of perfection. The result was a front engine, rear drive engineer's wet dream that's a true mechanical marvel. A beastly 4.8 liter V10 that sings to the tune of 552 horsepower. That's right, 552 horses crammed into an engine that's less displacement than your mailbox. It goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour faster than I can sing LFA! And did I mention that it screams to a top speed of over 200 miles per? Or that the V10 redlines at not 6, not 7, not 8, but 9,000 RPMs? There's literally not a single reason not to love the LFA.
Well, okay. Put your hate fingers away, comment section. I'm not gonna stand here and talk about common problems with an LFA. Because truth is, A, I doubt it really has any, and B, I've had the privilege of being around a few, but I've never even sat in one. So let's go over some other shortcomings instead. 1. At its original MSRP of $375,000, a price which, by the way, Lexus was losing money on every single one sold, a single-clutch automated manual was not the smoothest or most advanced gearbox in the game. I'm told they chose it because it shifted faster than a regular manual, and it weighed a lot less than a dual clutch. 2. The fuel tank is ridiculously small, which, in fairness, if you use the thing as it was designed, it's literally not a problem. It might only be like 12 gallons, but for the weekend canyon cruise to your favorite seafood place or even the odd track day, it won't be a problem. This car was never really meant to be a grand tour. 3. Parts for these cars are basically unobtainium. I mean, if you need parts for your LFA, Toyota will take care of you. But it's not like they've got any spares for basically anything just laying around. Chances are if you need a part, you'll be at Toyota's mercy to build and ship you one. That means it'll take a long time and cost a lot of money. Not that money's probably a problem for you if you've got an LFA. That brings us to 4. At the time the LFA was launched with a nearly $400,000 price tag, cars like the Nissan GTR and Porsche 911 Turbo were basically just as fast. And both of those cost a lot less money. Lexus wanted to build the ultimate supercar, and it came with a super-size price tag. Only 500 examples were ever produced, but since there was no previous supercar pedigree from Lexus, and a lot of people couldn't stomach the idea of spending that much money for something with a Lexus badge, they struggled to move units off dealership lots. Those things aside, I wholeheartedly believe Jeremy Clarkson when he says,
"It's the best car I've ever driven."
So, why do you need an LFA? The LFA was a money no object exercise in material and mechanical engineering, built by a company that's got so much attention to detail that it makes SpaceX look like child's play. There are so many reasons to love this car, from little things like the upshift and downshift pedals being weighed differently, so it's easy to upshift, but on the downshift, you gotta mean it. Or the fact that the door mirrors were specifically designed to funnel air into the car intakes in the rear. Or the fact that this thing revs from idle to 9,000 RPM in 0.6 seconds. So quickly, in fact, that they had to fit a digital rev counter because the regular mechanical one couldn't keep up. The geeky little details list is massive. The LFA is Toyota's love letter to the car enthusiast. It really is automotive perfection. I just wish that I could afford one. Speaking of affording one, it's time to talk about what it costs. And get ready for some sticker shock. If you look at the markets, you're gonna quickly realize the answer is a lot. At the low end, you're looking at least $350K, and honestly, I don't think that you can find one that hasn't been in the bottom of the ocean for that price anymore. Lately, LFA's been trading hands for $700,000 to $800,000, and if I'm honest, pretty soon you're not gonna be able to find a single example for less than $1 million, which means if you got the cash, you're gonna wanna scoop one up ASAP, because the LFA is poised to appreciate like nobody's business. Now, if money was really no object, then start looking for a Nürburgring edition. It's lighter, it's tighter, it's the most track-focused version, and among the last examples ever built. But for any LFA, well, a few things. 1, be prepared to wait years, if not decades, for one to pop up on the market, being that there's so dang few. And when one comes available, know that you're looking probably at least $700,000. But don't be surprised if you double your money in just a few short years. Just check out this example. Between April of 2018 and March of 22, the value more than doubled. And in that time, this LFA was only driven 400 miles, which, yeah, kind of makes me sad, but considering every single mile could make thousands of dollars of difference in sale price, I can't really blame the seller. Now, the million-dollar question, as far as which ideal LFA that I would buy. If you're in a world that money is no object, you know it's the Nürburgring edition. And as boring as the name of the color is, orange, yeah, I'm not making that up. Lexus literally calls it orange. An orange LFA is probably the sickest car to ever come out of Japan. And if you're like most of us, you don't have over $1 million sitting around to spend on a supercar. So, with that being said, if you want to start trading up and buying cars like a pro and make money while you're doing it, check out the new Ideal Car Strategies workshop. It's completely free, so there's literally nothing to lose. And it could be the jumpstart you need to start trading in and trading up to eventually buy your dream car. Maybe it's something like the LFA. And guys, these are the exact tips and tricks we've used to buy all our ideal cars on the channel, and we've never lost a single dime. So go check it out. I've linked down to it in the description below. And once you're done there, well, click on this video up here or check out whatever YouTube recommends you watch next down here. Otherwise, I'm Brad. This is Ideal. Like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.